Another week, another episode of Vanderpump Rules, and we are going to roast it and recap it. So grab a beverage. This should be fun. Smash that like, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and Bravo TV superfan, Pop Culture Vulture, Joleen Lunzer here to talk all about Vanderpump Rules, Season 11, Episode 13, Jax Attack, or as I like to call it, your husband is a disgusting pig. We have so much to roast and recap. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome, subscribe, hit the like. We take a comedic look at all things Bravo. Today, all things Vanderpump Rules. Remember, I am very opinionated, but you don't have to have the same opinion as me. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section after the video posts and give your opinion, and we can all agree to disagree and just try to enjoy whatever this season of Vanderpump Rules is.
That's my opinion!
It's just my opinion. Happy, what is it, Wednesday? Oh my gosh, this week is flying by. At least it is for me. Hopefully you're all doing well. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Hello, hello, hello. Steven's in the house. Steven got me my new favorite hat, Baby Gorgeous. I have a clip on my head, so it's let's put it on. I just took a bath hair and obviously didn't wash it. So we had the hair washing discussion. All right. Hello, Baby Gorgeous. Hi, Baby Gorgeous. My new favorite hat. Thank you, Steven. Shout out to you. And today I'm drinking from my new favorite mug sent to me by Christy and Lala, not to be confused with Lala Kent. Okay. The good Lala, as I like to call her. And it says, good morning to everyone except Tom Sandoval. So thank you to my friends who sent me these wonderful gifts. They're so much appreciated, you guys. I do have a P.O. box if you ever want to send me anything. It's in the description. And if you have like a small business and you want to promote your business, I love supporting small businesses, women in business. You can always send me product. I will talk about it on live. I did get these wonderful stickers. I got so many stickers, and I got these from Shelly Marie. And Shelly, I couldn't remember if you said that you made these stickers. So if you did make these stickers, please drop the link for these, because obviously this is Angie K, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and her glasses and her wonderful glasses. So if you do have like an Etsy or wherever you make these website, please drop them. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, effing everything. Yes, and one of my favorites, emotional support water bottle. Please do not pet. Don't pet. Right? Drop that link, because I know lots of people would be interested in these. And what if all of my systems are nervous, not just my nervous system? All right. They're so cute. I love them. So if you do make these, please drop the link for that, because we would love to send people your way, because we love the Bravo merch and things. So shout out to everybody today. Smash that like if you haven't already. Subscribe. We're on our way to 38,000. Very exciting. You know the drill. If you want to support the channel further, you can. You can send a super chat while we're live, a super thanks after the video post. You can hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Everything's at the bottom of the screen and in the description of the video. Or you can become a YouTube member or a Patreon supporter. You don't have to. And don't ever feel guilty if you can't. It's appreciated, but definitely not necessary. Okay. Just you guys being here is so awesome. And please sound off and let me know all of your hopes, thoughts, dreams, and opinions in the super chat. Also, again, or in the super chat, in the live chat. Come on, Jolene, get with it. Also, as always, before we get started, I just want to remind you guys, Arizona peeps, people in the surrounding Arizona areas, I will be at Mic Drop Mania Comedy Club on August 8th at 8 p.m. So please go and get your tickets. Let's sell this baby out. I want to meet all of you. I want to talk Bravo, and by then we'll be in Big Brother season. I mean, it'll be a really good time. And I'll let you guys know as soon as my San Diego date is confirmed. I have to follow up. I think it's going to be May 17th, but it could be all the way out into June. I'll be at the San Diego Mic Drop Comedy Club, which is like a sister club to Mic Drop Mania in Chandler, Arizona. I love my Arizona peeps. So I would love to see all of you out there. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring everybody. All right. Maybe I'll invite Rachel Raquel. No, don't bring Rachel Raquel. She is from the AZ, the Texan, I think. The Texan. Thank you, Tammy, for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate you so, so much. All right. So we had episode 13. And this one, I'll tell you, I took less notes on. So we're going to, a little more free ball, if you will, this episode. I enjoyed this episode. I watched it twice. There obviously were times that I was very frustrated, as I am with all of the episodes this season. However, I think there was some really good zingers that I appreciate from Katie. We had some James. I was screaming at one time. I wanted Brock to punch Sandoval. And you guys, everything I say is alleged for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. And I don't advocate for violence on this channel except for when I advocate for violence. So yeah, and everyone's going through a midlife disaster.
I think if I went for midlife crisis, I would just be I'll be out on a ranch just figuring that out,
Brock, some people might say those shoes are a midlife crisis.
Oh my God, the way the producer got Brock on that one. Some would say those shoes are a midlife crisis. I mean, true. We have the return of Jax Taylor, the Jax Attack, and we have Tom Sandoval falling off a chair, which I could watch him fall over and over and over and over again. Whether this was staged or not, watching him hit the ground is my one true joy in life now.
I don't believe you guys were ever in love. I think it was a fest for 6 months.
Dude, we would sit there for 5 hours.
You would get horny, extra horny, because you weren't getting it from
dude.
Ariana.
You have
so you'd
no
like go
idea.
downstairs and get your
You have
willy
no
sucked
fucking
by
idea what
Raquel.
you're talking about. I would literally go over to her house and we would spend like 5-6 hours together. If we had sex, it would be like for a little bit. We would talk the whole
You're
time.
a liar, though, Tom. You're a
I'm
liar.
not.
I mean, that's just the facts, though. And
It's not the facts. It's your opinion, which are not facts.
Well, no, it's her opinion, too. She said it.
Okay, dude.
I mean, what you and Ariana had was true love, bro. Do you
You
remember
don't
that
know.
back in the day?
You don't know,
bro,
man.
you looked me dead in the eyes for years talking about how much you love that girl.
I did love
God,
her.
it's like you forget, bro. It's crazy.
Shut up.
No, it's seriously, though. It's
I
like you
just
forget your
just
memories,
love how
bro.
you walk.
Rewrite history in your mind and have fun with your band. I'm not opening for you at the El Rey because
Okay,
I've moved on to
fine.
bigger and better things, okay? This is a joke to me. All right, I gotta go. Bye.
You just can't let go of the past.
I had to put a little something together with James' wonderful read drag of Tom Sandoval last episode. It was so good. Sometimes I fall asleep to that at night on repeat. Me and my husband, we hold hands, and it's really romantic just knowing that he'll never talk like that. And Ariana's away from that, and that James just destroyed Tom Sandoval. Yes, Tammy, welcome to the Besties. We will be having a night pants with Nana very, very soon. So we look forward to seeing you there. And yes. Okay, so let's get started with this recap. All right. So Ariana is chatting with Daniel, and this isn't the treadmill conversation. This is the first conversation where she's in her room and she's like, I see dead people. It's Tom Sandoval's career walking around the house. And he's walking around, and Daniel is gonna, he's gonna be good for Ariana, whether this relationship lasts or not. He seems like a cutie, what we've gotten to know of him, and he's bringing a smile to our girl's face. And he, fun fact about me and Hype Man Husband Chell was literally, we were both each other's we just both got out of big long-term relationships, and his was fine. Just, people part ways. Mine was not. I was with a very Tom Sandoval-esque guy who was a cheater, pumpkin eater. And Chell, I feel like in a lot of ways brought just a lot of things to my life. And I don't want to sound like Jax Taylor, like he saved me, because I had to ultimately save myself from a horrible pattern with well, I guess he was the only real douche nozzle I dated, I think. Yeah, there could have been more. But I feel like it was such a breath of fresh air, and there were little things that, I was woken up to, like being able to use my husband, his phone. Before, my ex was so like weird about his phone, and so having Chell just go, oh, here, use my phone. Or I was playing some like dumb game at the time, maybe like Monopoly, where you play with other people online, which sounds so ridiculous now in 2024, but this was 2009. And Chell was just like, well, you can play it on. He was leaving, going somewhere, and he like left me with his phone, and I was like, I was sweating, I couldn't breathe. I'm like, what? Because I had found out about the affair that kind of broke Jolene's mist I was under. Was I found out when my ex accidentally left his computer, his laptop, unlocked, and he left to go. He was going back to school at ASU, and I looked, and that's where I found all the emails from the girl I knew, Valerie the vegan from Scottsdale Community College. I knew that they were having this affair, but they make you feel cuckoo. And I was like, and I'm like, just check it, Jolene, check it. You need to wake up. You need to get right with yourself. And I checked it, and I saw all the stuff that they allegedly were saying they were doing. So I understand Ariana on the level I wish I didn't. Now, I didn't see videos of them, but the descriptions, I feel like, were descriptive enough. But my point is, after that, there were all these things that I had just become conditioned to do and believe, and thought that's how relationships were, due to, being with someone like that person who would lie to me, and also due to my own not wanting to fail and not wanting to, give up, I guess. Lots of reasons, and we don't have to get into all that. But so Ariana and Daniel, you never know, and then all these years later, 2024, we're married, have a home, 2 dogs, a cat. I mean, it's life. Life is funny. Life is weird. And so this could ultimately work for Ariana, and this could be a good match for her, because Daniel seems to be very organized. And we see from Tom and Ariana, not the most organized. Definitely Sandoval is a slob. And Ariana, according to her friends, struggles maybe in the organization as well. But Daniel has got them Nikes organized. He's got his clothes organized. So this could be really good for her, to have that kind of influence, so she never has to live like she's living right now ever again, or live with a man who allegedly doesn't clean his underpants. Okay, DGF, hello, greetings and salutations, listening from the Rock Quarry. Oh, that sounds so nice. DGF, oh my gosh, I know, I cannot wait to see them on a plane together. Sandy says, I love that Daniel isn't trying to come up off of Ariana's fame. He seems secure and grounded. He's letting her light shine. Yeah, it seems like he really doesn't want to be on the show, and his appearance, according to Ariana, is going to be few and far between, and only because she wants him to. And I think this is a great support for her, considering that her friends have dropped the ball to support her, a lot of them in so many ways, other than Katie and then, James. No one is really supporting her this season, and they're really giving Tom all the benefits of the doubt. And we can get into that. But so it's nice for her to be able to reach out and have Daniel there. So when Sandoval starts to, okay, well then let's go man to man, mister, because we know you'd like yelling at women, but we also know you don't necessarily keep that same energy when a man's up in your face, sir. So, and Daniel, I mean, Tom, you wish. No offense, all offense, or all offense, all offense. Daniel's body workout regimen, you wish, sir. You wish. You can keep allegedly, with addies and stuff, but Daniel's got it like that. I mean, he's got pretty hair. He's got a nice body. Most importantly, he's nice. He seems to be nice to Ariana. He's not jealous of her. He lets her shine. And that is what this woman needs and what this woman deserves. She cannot be dating a petty ass little baby bitch man who is competitive with her and wants to hold her down and jump on all her successes and projects and add himself. That's not what strong, powerful women need, you need to have a part. I don't know what you need. I mean, I'm not a relationship expert here, but I feel like you need more of a balance. You need someone that wants to see you really shine. Just like I said, like someone who really wants to be there for you, be your partner, and ride for you. And look at them. This is them at Coachella. They're very happy. Oh, Trish, excellent point. And Daniel allegedly is not 64 years old like Tom Sandoval. Still trying to learn the very basics of being a human, which is crazy, sir. The very basics. So they have a cute little conversation. And I enjoy these little moments, even though they're few and far between, because it's something good I can take away from this diarrhea season. And just seeing Ariana, happy is enjoyable to me. That is something that I find very, very enjoyable. All right. Lala and her brother. I don't know. Lala and her brother go to a non-liquor liquor store. Okay. Awesome. As a sober lady, cool. I don't know what that means. Have I had a NA beer here and there? Yeah. Does it help sometimes? They have NA wine. Okay. There's NA liquor. Okay. You can make mocktails. All right, cool. I have a new theory, you guys. Here's my new theory. Lala and this major transformation we've seen this season, I think a lot of things were offered to Lala. This is all speculation at this point, okay? I think this is a combination of jealousy and production involvement, and also production being like, hey, Lala, so here's the deal. We need you to, you're already kind of, you're already peanut butter and jelly because you didn't get the kind of attention after the Randall scandal. Nobody cared. No offense, all offense, but no. Is anyone talking about the Randall scandal? No, justice for those people who were hurt by him, but no, she really thought something was going to happen from that. And so we need you to kind of be the anchor. You either have to pull Rachel Raquel in if she comes back this season. Thus why she called Rachel Raquel early this season after all the horrible things she said after completely doing a 180. This isn't time. This isn't softness. There's nothing soft about Lala or Sheena this season. They're both struggling and they're both unhappy, and that's okay. But they're projecting their unhappiness onto Ariana and like blaming her and Katie when they're both clearly miserable. And that's okay. That's life. And we would want to see their journey in feeling better. I'm fully invested in both of them improving, but I'm not invested in seeing them throw other women under the bus so that they don't have to be honest about what's really going on in their life, or so that they can make an extra buck or stay on the show. So I think, long story short, I think things were offered to Lala, and I think one of those was, hey, do you want your brother on the show? Because Lala's brother has become white boy dreads. I don't like that part, but I do like the part that he is very involved in his niece's life. Being a very proud auntie, I love my nieces and nephews, and I love people that are involved with their nieces and nephews. So I love that he is so a part of Ocean's life and is being a almost father figure. And I think that's important. Some people think it's weird. Okay, but I think it's, as long as the kid has nothing but love surrounding them, I think that's the important part. Well, whatever the family looks like, I just want the kid to be like loved and protected. And it seems like Ocean really is, which is wonderful. So she probably wants to hook her brother up with a job. And I don't think this show's over. I think Vanderpump Rules will go on. Now, Ariana, will she come back? We'll see. Katie, I think Katie will come back. I hope Katie comes back. And I think we're going to see this 23-year-old Schwartz girlfriend. I think they're also excited that Sandoval's dating someone. And so they're going to bring her in. And I think they're trying to, this is all just me, just thinking about this shit way too much. I think what they're going to do is they're looking at James and Allie to be the next generation of the show, where all the oldies, no offense, all offense, can kind of meander into the old folks' home, which is the Valley, which is fine. I'll watch it. And the young kids, because Allie's already become the bone collector. They're trying to make James the number one guy. Things are happening over there. And then with these new girlfriends, and they got a 23-year-old, and Bravo in production, they love the younger ones. And so this Sophia would fit, whether she or Schwartz fit forever. She could stay. Sandoval's girlfriend, I don't think she's relatively young, but she's gorgeous. And it is horrible that someone that gorgeous, I was telling my husband, I was like, it really burns my hide, if you will, to know that someone that beautiful, and she seems to be nice enough, would date him. So I hope at night she's like a secret witch or something, like American Horror Story style. She's like voodoo dolling him, and just little things. Just replacing his diet squirts with regular squirts, and maybe, I don't know, pulling his pubes when he's sleeping, just something hurtful, allegedly, but not like murderous, nothing too criminal, but maybe putting diarrhea things into making him drink some diarrhea stuff, things like that. And I do hope, and I do think that the more I think about this girlfriend of his and how she is a model, she used to date Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, of course she's going to see this as, let's say, Tom Sandoval is not very smart. I mean, he's a very dim man. So I think this woman sees this as like a jumping off point of, okay, I can get a little career here. I can get on Bravo. She's not a dummy. And I think that's probably what she's doing. Yes, Pamela plucking nose hairs. I know. Is it tonight? I thought it was Thursday, Tammy. Oh my gosh. Delicate season finale. Can't wait. Hi, Christina. So yeah. HC says bashing fans is poor financial decision. Yep. And Lala's I watched her Amazon Live yesterday. Oh my God. My husband Chell sent it to me when he was out and about. He was like, "Ooh, I found this on Reddit." I was like, "Thank you, baby." And I watched it. I watched the whole thing, which boring, but there were some good parts. And Lala, little miss, can't be wrong. Little miss. I don't care what the fans think, was crying. She blames it on pregnancy hormones, but girl, we know you care. I mean, you're on a reality show. You care what people think about you. And she's trying to be Miss Hardass, but then she's like, this is my real life. Yeah, in real life, the real life you're putting on TV that we're watching, we're seeing someone we don't recognize from the person we saw just like a couple months ago. So yeah, we're going to have questions, and we're going to think you're moving really weird. And it's so strange to me that she is now crying about this when she was fully ready to throw the fans under the bus and just say, it's us, we're rewriting history, we're wrong, we're the problem, it's not her. When she's like, this is my life, you guys. Yeah, and you have been doing nonstop press talking mess about Ariana for seemingly no reason other than jealousy and trying to like take her spot on the show or something. So, I mean, people are going to have opinions about that. It's not like we're just, one day the fans woke up and were like, you know what, I don't like her because her hair. No, it's the things you are saying and doing. Again, it's like this cast, they're learning from the Toms and Jax, where they believe that they're victims of the own mess they made. And they think they're getting bullied or victimized with consequences. Sure, you can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can have a job, but you can't expect people to not have an opinion about that. The same way with me. If I say things, or in my stand-up, people are going to have an opinion. And every time someone has an opinion, I can't get online and cry and say, you're bullying me. No, their opinion is they didn't like what I did, or they did like what I do. That's what you put out when you put out art. Now, if someone is like, I'm going to K you and come to your house, but obviously that's next level. But if people are just like, oh, I'm so over her. I don't like how she's moving. She's being a hater. Come on. And I don't know. I thought she was like, Lauren from Utah. What happened to finger guns, Lauren? I mean, it's just too much. Christina, thank you so much for the super chat. Christina says, can you say Lala? Sorry, I'm addicted. Of course. Lala. I mean, I'll probably say it quite a few times because I tend to say that, but it's like Lala and Lala. Lala's going to slither away to the Valley show. Tina says, Marguerite D, I like your name, says, I wonder about two things after this episode. How much did Tom and Ariana pay on the house a month each when Tom says Tom can move in and pay $6,000 a month? If Tom moves to Tom, that's insanity to do. Weren't they saying something like $22,000 it would be after a refinancing or something ridiculous? Yeah, Lala was cool for a quick second. We were all like, yes, buying your merch. You were buying a house. And this is what happens. This is why Katie's winning this season. Whether you like her or you hate her, you cannot deny that Katie, or maybe you can, but I think it's hard to deny that Katie is always Katie. Katie is genuinely Katie. She is going to love it or leave it, love it or list it, HGTV. She's going to hang it up, flat screen, herself. She's like, this is who I am. No, I hate that person. I don't like this. I do like this. And Katie is that loyal friend, which she has said, if you're my friend and you got beef with someone, Katie literally said in her recent elf makeup ad with Sheena, then I got beef with you. That's how Katie rolls. For her close friends, if you got beef, if they got beef with someone, she's got beef. That's how her loyalty runs. Katie's not going to be the chick you can be like, you should smile. She'll be like, eat a dick. I'm not going to. And I think we do need to see more of this type of woman in society and on television, because we can't continue to raise women and young girls and tell them they got to smile and be agreeable and enjoyable. No, just because you identify as a woman doesn't mean you can't tell people to fuck the right off. All right. You got just like the next person. Katie's not going to play your little smile game. And that's what makes her wonderful. Yeah, Katie's got the biggest dick on this whole cast. She's got big uterus energy, big clit energy, some people would say, big tit energy. She's just that girl. And I'm sorry for those on the cast. I feel sorry for them that they just can't, roll with that. But they can't. She's a boss. So you're not going to tell a boss how to boss. The boss is going to boss. She's a boss. Katie's hung. She's hung. So I'll do a separate, probably on No Offense, All Offense, talking about this Lala live where she's just like, ooh, and I'm like, ugh, please, Lauren, stop. Yes, Katie is Daria. They had a little like who's who in the animated world. I think it's Sheena's picture on Twitter. It's like her Twitter header. And they're all animated except for Ariana and Lisa Vanderpump, I think. And they have Katie right now. I forget which character she is, but it's from like a PBS show. But she's Daria. It's wonderful. I really enjoy it. Katie is just my favorite. Who is Quinn then? I feel like Quinn would be Sheena. Or Lala. Sheena and Lala. Sheena's Quinn. We see each other. Okay. So her and her brother visit the non-alcoholic place. Way to go. White boy dreads. I think he got rid of them. And there we have it. Let's see. Jax visit James's house. That was hard for me to say. Jax visits James's house. So here comes Jax. Oh gosh. And he's like, howdy neighbor. He is like Nelson Wilson, whatever his name is, from Home Improvement, just not smart, allegedly. And he's like, hi guys in the valley, good to see you, because James is going to be doing a brunch, a DJ brunch thing at Sir, which I think he does regularly, and Jax asked if he could do it with him. And now the bone collector Allie is there. And Allie is like, oh, what's going on? Haha. Right away, Jax can't stop himself, because he's Jaxing. And he's like, is my best friend Katie going to be there? Because who is Jax? Who is Tom? And who is other Tom without hating a woman? They have to bring up some woman they hate. Some woman that has wronged them simply for calling out their bullshit. Is my best friend Katie going to be there? And then he wants to take us on this magical carpet ride of him being a great husband, and she's saying I'm cheating on my wife. And Katie's like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that. The interwebs are saying that. Like the entire internet is saying that you have been cheating on your wife. And I'm just saying what I heard.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Right? Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad. And that bitch is Jax. He's mad. So he's like, oh, Katie. Is Katie going to be there? Yep, Katie's going to be there. And then Allie's like, why? What's going on? Are you not friends with Katie? What's happening? I'll go tell her. And Jax is like, oh. And then James says, don't you have a reading? And she goes, oh, yeah, you're right. I do. Anyways, tell me everything he says. And I'm just like, Jax, do you ever just get tired of being wrong and a liar? Right away he comes back in. He understands the assignment to, stir drama. But again, why couldn't we have this season where Jax was just calling out Sandoval all season, coming back to just wreak havoc on Sandoval? If you are truly this reformed man, then you would be calling out problematic men, not women when they're right. That doesn't mean you've changed. That means you're the same asshole you always were. This isn't fun. The fun part was thinking you were going to go after Sandy Butt. That was fun. But no, here we are. And that's what Katie says. She says, I don't like Jax. He speaks too much about how he's changed. And that's the truth. She said, when people have to tell you constantly that they're changed people, they haven't changed. And that's the truth. It's the same thing when people are like, oh my God, I have the most sex. The sex is great. This is the best sex I've ever had in my life. It's just sexy, sex. And you're like, oh, you're not having any sex. Or I'm in love. I'm so in love. Who are you trying to convince, me or you? Because I don't need you to tell me that much. If you've changed, I would see that. So they're going to have just the best. Oh, she's just going to call him out later in the episode. And I'm obsessed with this clip.
Jax cheating on Britney.
That man I don't like. I don't like him either, Katie. Thank you, Jill Christine, for the super sticker. And yes, Lexi. Just the fact that he says a female. Anytime you got the cis, as Tom Sandy Butt would say, the cisgendered straight men calling women females, red flag. When other women go, I don't get along with females, red flag. The female, red flag. All the flags on that one. I love that HC said Jax is a scrub. He is the number one scrub. My friend Busy Blue. Busy Blue says, best live ever. Why didn't you tell me that sexy guy Brock was? Brock has set gay Twitter on fire, I feel like. I have seen so many gay men posting about Brock. What is it? Tell me, because I don't think he's unattractive, but I mean, people are like getting pregnant over him. I hope he's not problematic. I love the pic of him in a floaty. Busy. Also, shout out to Busy. Busy is doing so much content over on his channel, so go show him some love and subscribe to my friend Busy Blue. My partner in crime, as he covers so many. Like, I did not cover Potomac this season. Busy covers Potomac. Busy covers Married. Is it Marriage in Huntsville? Some shows I don't necessarily watch. Married to Medicine. He covers a lot. Yeah, there's just so much. He's just overall funny and amazing. So go show him the love. And thank you, friend, for the super chat. But yeah, what is it? Okay, Steven says, as the CEO of Gay Twitter, I can now announce I'm pregnant with Australian twins thanks to Brock. Yeah, something, and maybe it was since the haircut. Okay, Glenn is saying it's the haircut. All right. Okay, we see each other. All right. No, I don't think Brock is unattractive at all. I just he's not necessarily my type, but I mean, I don't think I'm his, so we're fine. The Speedo. Okay, maybe it's the Speedo. Okay. Yeah, but I have seen that. Like, Brock is just So as Jax is trying to spin this that he's a family man, and she put out rumors about me and my wife, the wife. I'm married. I have a kid. I tell you, I'm married. I have a kid. I'm married and I have a kid. And there's marriage and kids. Jax says that so much. Speaking of Brock and his Speedo, what is it called again, you guys? My fellow, or my Australian and New Zealand friend. Is it a budgie smuggler? A ball smuggler? A bungee jumper? Something. He meets with his friend. He has this friend named Zach. And I also saw people on Twitter going, who is this? But I think, is that one of the guys that maybe Rachel Raquel hooked up with? Or am I thinking of a different Australian? I couldn't. Budgie smugglers. Okay. And what's the budgie? Is the budgie the balls or the rod? I don't know why I called it a rod. It just sounded fun. What's the budgie again? If you guys could educate me, I appreciate that. In the chat. Yeah, banana hammock. We do call it here in the States a banana hammock. But the budgie smuggler, something so cute about that word, you know. Oh, it's a small bird. It is not. I gotta look it up now. A budgie is a small bird. Does it look like a wiener? Oh, it's so cute. The budgie. It's a parakeet. Oh my God. But why is it a budgie smuggler? It doesn't really look like a wiener, I don't think. But it's budgie sounds like Australian for budgie. The rod, Care Bear, the rod. Okay, so I know I'm trying to get everybody pregnant. Hopefully he's a grower. Then you guys are saying he's a grower. He could be. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, so Brock is with his friend, and he's like, nee, okay, I just don't know what I'm doing with my life. Sheena, I was gonna be a pig farmer, and then I was gonna be a rugby player, and I came to the States. When he says rugby, I know what rugby is. But then he says he was at the NFL's door. Do those two sports completely translate? Can you be like good at rugby in Australia and they're like, hey, yeah, come play for the Vikings? I thought it was a little different, right? Because rugby, I don't think they wear any pads. Their outfits are pretty cute. Maybe they do. I don't know. Do they? I don't know. I'm American. We don't know about that kind of stuff. But, he's with his friend and he's like, just don't know, because Sheena's the breadwinner and trying to figure stuff out. Once the panicking happened and it would shut down my gym and no one wanted to do free press for me anymore. They were like, hey, if we're going to do a video about your app or your gym, we're going to need money. And I was like, listen, I've been in a very serious orgy before. And I told you this, okay? And there was 2 dicks and 2 vaginas, which evens out not gay, allegedly, okay? All right, because he was wearing a budgie smuggler, and he was like, my penis was already ready. So I said, let's go. And then the other guy's dick came out, and I said, ew, that's neat. Okay. I'm almost Gen X. Everybody's pan nowadays. I got it. Let's go. And then I closed my eyes, and I thought about Crocodile Dundee. Okay. So Brokeback Brock is he's having his midlife crisis, but he's like 32 or 35 or something. And let's be honest. Okay. And Quills, they was thinking about Quills, and they were climbing up my leg, and it felt really nice. And then I realized it was the other guy's leg hair. I was rubbing legs with the other guy. So then I quickly, move my leg because I'm like that. Okay. Oh, goodness. Always the orgy, Amanda. We always bring it back to the orgies. My favorite thing about Brokeback Brock. So Brokeback Brock, what was his job before? If you grew up on a farm, you're probably hardworking. Sure. But I feel like ever since he's come on the show, Sheena's always been the breadwinner. When was he making bread or earning bread? Or when was their bread brought? Were his gyms really successful? I could be wrong. I'll stand on it if I'm wrong. But Sandoval had to give me and my wife money during the panicking. Yes, before. Technically, we were married. Maybe, I don't know, we're married. Sandoval gave them money during the pandemic. You have like another man kind of paying for you and your wife's life, which is never the best thing you want to do. And now your wife feels this like, he's so generous. And it's like, sir, you could have just got like an online thing, an online gig. And then you could just completely cut Sandoval out of your life. Evelyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Evelyn says, love your Australian accent, Joleen. It's intense. It is intense. It's a mixture of New Zealand, Australian, American, and a little bit of British, and possibly a speech impediment. Okay? Yes. Mm-hmm. Why isn't he doing OnlyFans? Like that Tyler Batania or whatever from Teen Mom. His wife, Caitlin, she takes the picture and then they put it out there. Maybe OnlyFans, something. I don't know. Could be. A lot of these guys are short. K-Sizzle. Yes. Guys in LA, very short men. Don't want no short. Don't. So his friend's like, well, that's crazy. Maybe you should just get a job, man. He's like, it's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a job. Was an influencer. Okay. Well, Brock, from the reception you got on gay Twitter, I think you should do an OnlyFans, brah. Until Yucky Tyler, I know. It's just, there's a head size discrepancy with his body, and he'll always be a baby to me. But at least he's making some money. All right. Max has an OnlyFans, Danielle says. Oh, my, of course he does. He's such a fuckboy. RPN says, just get a job, then figure it out. Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know what movie you're talking about, Barbara, but hopefully someone gives you that answer. Let's see. Then Britney visits Sheena. Oh, little Britney, hi, it's my Britney, Beer Cheese. So Beer Cheese visits Sheena, and Beer Cheese is like, hi. And at this time, Britney says that her and Jax are trying for baby number 2. But I feel like they probably already knew the relationship was on the crapper. Okay, but Britney comes over and she's like, hi, little Summer Moon, what's up with your arm? What they got that stuff on your arm? And Summer Moon was like, it's a cast, Britney. And she's like, okay, that's great. Summer Moon is so cute. She says, I'm going to get another x-ray. And Britney's like, oh, that's so, she's so smart. So Jax and Britney have returned. Now it's Britney's scene. And Britney's sitting there with Sheena. And Sheena is just, Sheena's struggling. Sheena's like, hi, let's talk shit about our husbands. Oh my God, Brock. Britney's like, how are you Brock, what's he from again? Is he from China? No, it's not China. Where is it? Is he from Florida? No, it ain't Florida. Is it Iceland? No. Oh, Bear Cheese. And she's like, oh, it's New Zealand or Australia, depending on what website you look. So, okay. So Britney is like, how are you and Brock? And Sheena says, I mean, not well, bitch. It's just like he wanted to go out because it's like our anniversary soon and we like never do anything. And then I'm having like postpartum OCD, which I didn't know was a thing, which I 100% feel for Sheena and this postpartum stuff. I mean, just the same way that we see Nia going through it. It's so difficult. And I just think Sheena is struggling so much this season. And you can clearly see she's struggling. Even though I don't agree with her treatment of Ariana or any of the stuff she's doing, I really do feel for her with this mental health journey she's on with the postpartum and the OCD. And you can just tell. And she's so worried and her anxiety. She's like, is Brock having sex with Lala? Because that's what I'm thinking now. Because you put that in my head that Brock's having sex with Lala. Let's make a song. So it's some days she's like, it's okay. A-P-P-L-E-S. And other days she's literally very, very struggle bus. And Britney's like, so Britney gives her some great advice. Did you guys hear Britney's advice? After Sheena's just like, crying, like struggling. I just think Brock, I'm afraid that he doesn't understand or he doesn't, value us because it's like he wants to run off and do something. But I like that he's available. And I like that he's here to take care of Summer Moon. And why can't I be the breadwinner? It's like total misogyny. It's like, that's not misogyny. That's probably more part of the patriarchal construct than misogyny, but okay. And Sheena's just like, he can stay home, that's fine, but he just like wants to go out, and I don't want to leave the baby with someone, and I'm just really struggling, Britney. And Britney's like, okay, you're gonna get through this, you'll figure something out. And I'm like, that's it? That's all she had. She was like, do you have any tequila? Britney was, all she said. She said, you're gonna get through this, you'll figure something out, which I guess sometimes is good to just listen to your friends and be like, you got this. But I mean, a hug, maybe, are you going to therapy? The minute that Sheena said she was on Zoloft and it was helping so much, but it was making her tired, I was like, there are other antidepressants that you can take. So usually you have to kind of, date the different antidepressants and see which one works best for you and talk to your doctor. You don't just give up after a month. Also, a month, I don't know if we have some therapists in here. I'm sure we have some smarties when it comes to the psychology of it all, but I think you have to give it a little more time, at least 6 weeks to get fully in your bloodstream with a lot of these drugs and things. But for her to just give up, like, I guess I'll just never, it's like, no, girl, go back to the therapy. Get something that doesn't make you tired. Find out why it's making you tired. Maybe it's an iron deficiency. Maybe it's a lot of things. Maybe it's diet stuff. Maybe, who knows? What other drugs are you taking? I mean, find out. But Britney's like, I'll figure it out. Good luck to you. Okay, I'm going to the valley, rotten hell. Chickenhead PK Neely, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, Brit's checked out. She's like, I just can't. So, but she did come back. Yeah, maybe you need wheat. Maybe you need something, who knows? But please, 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 please don't give up on your mental health journey. Don't give up on trying, even if it's not a forever thing. or a long time thing, at least give it like 6 months of trying some kind of medication that could possibly help you. HC says we need to give moms time at least 5 years post-birth to heal. So anything they do within that time period needs to be instantly forgiven, grace period. I would be honestly ready to vote that into law. You know, give her time. Exactly, Stephen, our favorite little Buffy line. My doctor said give it 90 days unless the side effects are really harmful. Oh, wow, Sandy. That's 3 months, right? I don't know if my math is right, but thank you for that. I mean, I just felt like her saying, and then I stopped doing it. I'm like, no, Sheener, get back on it. Sheener, I want you to be okay. I really do. You seem to be a really good mom, and Summer Moon is adorable and stuff. So please don't. I mean, she's just struggling. You can tell like on her face, the way she talks, in her movement, her hair, everything is screaming, help me, help me. And Brock's like, I just want to stay out a little later. Get a nini. Yes, get a nini and stay out a little later so I can wear my budgie smugglers. Yes. He's just worried about staying out late. And Sheena's like, I'm holding it all together. But she's like, literally her fingertips are holding on to the cracks in her foundation. Shout out to Kate Nash. But for real. Nicole says this show is dragging her down. Maybe. Ugh. But Sheener is a struggle bus. Okay, so then Katie and Schwartz meet at Mel's diner. And their dynamic is definitely weird. There's really no other way to describe it. Katie's still struggling because she did really love Schwartz. And this was someone that was her family, part of her life for so long. And I'm sure there's parts of her that miss him. And that partnership, that friendship, I mean, it's been so long since I had a breakup that it would be so weird to not have, my husband is such a big part of my life and then he's gone. So I think they're still in the figuring it out period and also being on the same show with each other. And Schwartz is still on this fingers in my mouth, nervous fingers in my mouth stage of whatever he's doing. And so he's just like, oh, Katie, he tries to do these like weird little flirty things. So they talk about Joe and Katie's like, was that a hard launch when he posted the picture of his blonde bleach do that Joe and the owner of the salon, her friend did, that allegedly Schwartz slept with her as well. Schwartz, let's slut shame you. Let's slut shame the guys for a change. And so they were talking about that and how she put on, she left a comment and she's like, oh yeah, I got dragged for that comment. And then Schwartz is like, yeah, I mean, I just feel really bad about the Joe thing. She said, are you ashamed of me? And I was like, yes, but I don't. And Katie's like, that's your fault because you lead her on and you're so like elusive and you just don't say things straight and tell people how it is. So of course you're going to have issues with her. He's like, well, I broke it off. And it's like, but did he? Because we know how Schwartz does. We know what he does and how he acts around women. So Katie's got his number like, sure. So we already see Katie pre-reunion have empathy for Joe and call out Schwartz of like, but this is what you do, Schwartz, is you lead women on. You don't want to be the bad guy, but really you're being a super bad guy by not being straightforward and, being honest with people and kind of just taking advantage of their emotions and then running away because you're afraid of any kind of, having to answer for yourself or confrontation in that way. So Katie's got his number. Obviously, he says he's getting a tattoo. He ends up getting Butters and what's the other dog's name? I want to call him Groucho Marx, but I know that's not the name, but they're so cute. But he's like, I'm getting a tattoo. You want to come with me and get the tattoo? And Katie's like, probably not. I'm just doing this because we're filming. But yeah, probably not. And he's like, okay, I think Katie wants to like be my friend again. And I think she's secretly like us dating the same girl being Tori for this very forced storyline could be, even though it's very produced, could be her way of saying she wants to be in my life. And I'm like, Nice try, buddy. Yeah, Evelyn's saying Schwartz's faux nice guy shtick gives me the ick. It's the ick, especially when he's 50. You can't do that when you're 50. It might be cute when you're 25. I mean, it's never really cute. But I think it is seen as less icky when you're younger because we think, oh, you're naive, you're young. But the older you get, you can't be doing that. Thank you. Gordo and Butters, not Groucho Marx. Not Groucho Marx. So then they talk about Tori, which I said I wasn't going to learn her name. No offense, all offense to Tori, but it's such a forced storyline. But I learned it. They talk about their date, which is cringe. I'm not interested. I don't believe it. And then they both text her at the same time to see who she texts back first. She texts Schwartz back first because he waited a second. Did you see him pause? Well, he's also older, so it takes him longer to text, allegedly. Okay. And, it's you're not age shaming. It's Schwartz shaming. That's what it is. Schwartz and Sandoval shaming. Okay. So, he's 91 years old, him and Sandoval. So he's like, wait, no. H-I period space, double 2 spaces after the period. That's old school. Okay. H-O-W space R. I could do the R like the kid. I'm going to spell it out. A-R-E. And I could do the U, but I'm going to Y-O-U question mark space return send. So then she responds to the last text she got first, which is his text. And Katie's like, oh my God, I got tongue. And he's like, I'll go to Peck. And I'm like, this storyline needs to die. It needs to die. Then they talk about Katie's hair glow up. And I'm like, Schwartz, it is totally a glow up. Katie's hair is amazing. And this is the best she's ever looked. And I'm obsessed with all of her outfits. Everything she does this season to me is fantastic. And Schwartz is like, oh, you had a hair glow up, sir, Mr. Orange hair. You can't be talking. Of course she had a hair glow up. That's all anyone is talking about. They're talking about how horrible your hair looks and how great Katie's hair looks. It's just like common knowledge. Those are facts, as James Kennedy would say. And then Tom would say, no facts. Sandoval would say, it's an opinion. No, it's literal facts that Katie's hair is amazing. So stop. So I was obviously very offended by that. Sheena and Brock go out to dinner for their anniversary. Oh, good. This scene. Oh my God. Oof. Sheeners. Brock's like, hey, you not to dinner? No budgie smugglers? No near orgies? Okay, neat. Sheena's like, I brought some toys. And Brock's like, hey, guy, nee fiends. And Sheena's like, hello, I make money. I can't vlog. That's how we afford these homes, Brock. Brock's like, nee vlogging, nee fiends. They're gonna spend time together. Okay, I wore a good shit. It is definitely down to the navel, unbuttoned, and I'm ready to party. Who's ready to party? So they go to a restaurant, and no phones, no vlogging. They talk, Sheena being the main breadwinner, and Brock's like, I didn't know what I'm doing with my life. I met with Zach, or whatever his name is, the other Australian guy I know, or maybe he's New Zealand, I don't know. I was telling him I didn't know what to do. And Sheena's like, what if you just are okay with it seems like you want to get away from us. And Brock's like, me? I just didn't want people on the internet talking shit about me. I thought I could come in here and I could, when I was at the doors of the NFL, and I said, I'm here to play NFL football. Okay? Even though yours is not like football. It's not footy. It's whatever it is. Okay? And they were like, that's not how this works. And Brock said, well, yeah. I thought, okay, but in Australia, sometimes you can just go to the door and they let you in and it's not how you try out. And they're like, no, you should probably be recruited. Okay. All right. Plan B. And then plan B is Sheena. Okay. But I think he was getting hate online. And the back child support and whatever's happening there. And then he's like, and then Sheena says to him, what if you just think of this as your second chance at being a dad? And I'm like, oh my God. And Brock's like, oh, I didn't want to cry. I wasn't going to cry. It wasn't going to cry. And he's crying because we still have 2 children out there in Australia that Brock is still allegedly, I think, paying for, but was behind in child support and is not able to see due to the mom's rules, according to him, and also previously having a DV incident with her back in the day. And I just, my heart, every time I hate having to think about this because that is like real life, that there are 2 children out there that are without a dad. And their dad is currently on TV dadding another child, which would be, I cannot believe how I can't even fathom how painful that would be as a child later to know that your dad went off to America to get famous, do the football, to be on a different continent with you, with a different wife, and just start a new family like you never existed. I don't know. I'm not a parent, but geez Louise. Every time I have to think of this, I'm just like, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. There has to be something more. I'm just thinking in my 44-year-old lady brain, there has to be something more you could be doing to see your kids and have a relationship with them. And some could argue maybe they have a better life without him. I don't know. I don't know what their life is, but if we're going to be talking about them on the show and it's still so unresolved, he's like, I'm just going to try to be better so that I can one day be in their lives. And I'm like, oh my God. I'll be honest with you guys. I could not get a lady boner for a guy who was behind in his child support. I just couldn't. It's the same way I felt about Slade Smiley or whatever his name was. I can't. I can't. If you aren't taking care of your first kids, no, it's not going to be happening over here. And how can he still not have a relationship with his children? What is really going on? What's really happening? They can FaceTime. I don't know. But I feel like if we're going to talk about this on the show, then let's talk about it, or let's just not talk about it. Because at this point, it's making it really hard for me to even like watch Brock when I really have to think about it. Because I wanted to think, okay, they'll figure it out. He said he was paying now. That's great. Okay, let's fix this wrong. But it's so difficult to wrap my head around what's actually happening. So, Kelly Kell says, not any better, but I know they said they don't want to see him. The mom doesn't want him involved and the stepdad is their dad. Well, I'm glad they have I hope they have a wonderful stepdad and someone who stepped up. But I mean, how heartbreaking. I just think of those kids and oh my gosh. So again, I don't know, none of us know the specifics, exactly what's happening, but to fall behind in the child support in the first place is like, how, why? Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever, 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 ever do that to your children. A whole different continent. Jamie B, thank you for being a member for 35 months and being one of my wonderful moderators and just a wonderful human. Says, when are we going to talk about The Circle? It's so good. I haven't watched The Circle in so many seasons now. I'm so sorry, Jamie. Make Busy do it. Make Busy do it. Yes. Yes. And then, I think a lot of people online were like, I can't believe Sheena said that. It's a shitty thing to say because it's basically, in my eyes, dismissing the kids he has. I would be encouraging not only his, continued relationship with Summer Moon, be a good dad, but I would encourage my husband to do everything in his power to have a relationship with his kids. And also I would never just write that off and be like, but now it's your second chance. Okay. It was just a horrible scene. Sometimes I skip talking about the Brock and Sheena scenes because I can't wrap my head around what's really going on with his custody thing. And so I have to just pretend like it doesn't exist. But she's laying on the guilt trip, but Sheena, I mean, this is kind of, you married a guy with a history with this. I understand people can change and I hope he does for him, for his kids, for everyone involved. But, okay, so let's move on from that. Whoa. So she's the main breadwinner. Brock wants to do couples therapy. And Sheena's like, yeah. He's like, so we could do couples therapy? And Sheena's like, okay, yeah. Seems like she agrees to it, which I think would be very helpful because they're not on the same page. He is worried about having a nanny, which would be the least of his worries. You only got one kid. Let's let's just work on, let's work on the dadding, not the partying. Okay. Yeah, Brock's kids maybe. Yeah, I think they might be teens by now, Lexi, because I think he said him and his ex got together when they were like 19. So maybe that's when they started procreating and were together. But yeah, I hate how they just kind of hit on it, but we don't really know. And then if anyone brings it up, people are like, oh, leave him alone. It's like, but he's using it as part of his storyline. And so is she on the show. So we're going to have opinions about it. You know? I don't like it, you guys. I don't like it. So they're having martinis. And he's like, I got a lollipop in mine. Yes, you got a lollipop in mine? I think that's why I make Brock so silly. Because otherwise I'm like, I don't like him with this stuff. I can't help but judge Judy him. Schwartz picks up Sandoval in what is the next cringe scene this episode. He has some kind of convertible Ford car thing. All right. Straight out of He Wishes, like Can't Buy Me Love, like an 80s movie. And they're not using the doors. They're jumping over it because I think the doors rejected them. They were like, don't touch us. Don't you touch us. And Schwartz is having his midlife disaster, his midlife critical crisis. And the same as Sandoval. And so he's like, I'm picking you up in my car and we're going to go get tattoos. And Sandoval's like, I'm not getting a tattoo. No, it's not what I love. I love yelling at women. And pretending I know how to sing, but not tattoos. I think I have another picture of these two. I can't find where it was, but they're like jamming out in the car. And it's like, producers, stop trying to make Tom's a thing. Stop, Andy. I'm going to need Andy and a camera right now on me. Stop it. Stop trying to make them this cute thing, these fun guys. It's not fun. It's sad. No, they're not fun. They're mean men. They treat women like shit. This isn't fun. Give the fun edit to the women. I'm just so tired of, it's like, oh, look, we're in the car. Lame. Lame Town USA. Not true. Quit trying to give them, they're like these easygoing, fun guys, and we're just like in a car, it's a convertible, and we're jamming out, and look at us. No, they're assholes. Give them an asshole edit like they deserve. Quit trying to make it fun. None of this is fun. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun with you guys. I have fun with you, but I'm not having fun with these idiots. But yet here we are still. They're getting this like little fun edit and there's nothing fun. Oh, that's Jolene. That's because you made a folder for it on your desktop. I have to talk to myself like this. There we go. Yes, that's why. Here we go. Okay, I found more pictures. Thank God. I was like, how come I don't have more pictures? But they literally, look at, they're trying to make it like the two damn Corys, like Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. R.I.P. Corey Haim. But they're trying to do this. And I'm like, no, that's not fun. Pamela, thank you so much for the super chat. Pamela says, who do you think they are? Or who do they think they are? The Dukes of Hazzard? I think so. Alex Lee, trucker hat. Are you looking at mine? Baby Gorgeous from Steven. Shout out to Steven. Boop, boop. Hi, Baby Gorgeous. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, it's no. Death Ray says everyone's ego this season is insane. A lot of insane egos. A lot. But not the people who they're claiming have insane egos. Like Katie and Ariana, in my opinion. It's the other dum-dums. Yeah, those two are walking midlife crisis. The Toms need to get sponsored by Summer's Eve for all their douchebaggery. Yeah, and for the fact that much like Summer's Eve, the Toms are bad for women. All right, they're bad for women's vaginas. Tom and Tom, much like Summer's Eve, bad for the woman's vagina, or as they would like to call it, the female vagina, because they got to throw a female in there. Steven, thank you for the super chat. Steven says, all that cringe scene told me was stop trying to make the Toms happen, right? It's not going to happen. Stop trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen, sirs. Sirs and ma'ams, it's not. So there they are. They're like, I'm with a coup with Gemini. Look at this. They talk about, so they get to the tattoo place, and that is when we see Tom fall off the chair one more time for good measure.
I don't believe you guys were ever in love. I think it was fest for 6 months.
Dude, we would sit there for 5 hours.
You
and
would get
talk.
horny, extra horny, because you weren't
You
getting
don't
it
know,
from
dude.
Ariana.
You
so
have
you'd
no
like go
idea.
downstairs and get your
You have
willy
no
sucked
fucking
by
idea what
Raquel.
you're talking about. I would literally go over to her house and we would spend like 5-6 hours together. If we had sex, it would be like for a little bit. We would talk the whole
You're
time.
a liar, though, Tom. You're a
I'm
liar.
not.
Though. I mean, that's just the facts, though. And like,
It's not the facts. It's your opinion, which are not facts.
well, no, it's her opinion too. She said it.
Okay, dude.
I mean, what you and Ariana had was true love, bro. Do you
You
remember
don't
that
know.
back in the day?
You don't know,
Bro,
man.
you looked me dead in the eyes for years talking about how much you love that girl.
I did love
God,
her.
it's like you forget, bro. It's crazy.
Shut up.
No, it's seriously, though.
Dude,
It's
I
like you
just
forget your
just
memories,
love how
bro.
you walk.
Rewrite history in your mind and have fun with your band. I'm not opening for you at the El Rey because
Okay,
I've moved on to
fine.
bigger and better things, okay? This is a joke to me. All right, I gotta go. Bye.
You just can't let go of the past.
He just can't let go. Oh, Alex, it makes so much more sense. Okay. Sorry, that was meant to be one. You like, trucker hatta! I got a trucker hatta! So Schwartz is getting his tattoo. Tom Sandybutt is next to him, still trying to convince him that they should be roommates, only because Tom Sandybutt, A, can't be alone. Notice how many people he has working for him and the amount of people in his band. Okay, I don't know why I did band, because the band members are actually, they can actually play instruments and are talented. Minus boner on the laptop drummer Jason. Okay, laptop boner drummer Jason. Just for funsies. But he has all these people around him because he knows he can't handle himself and he doesn't know what his talent is and he needs other people to do things for him. But he likes to pretend to be the savior. Again, he's the one with the real savior complex, in my opinion. I know, laptop boner. So he's like, move in, and Schwartz is like, dude, it's like too expensive. I can't. And he's like, I got a soda tap. And he's like, oh, a soda tap? Yeah, and I got a beer tap. You got a beer tap? Okay. He's like, man, it's going to be too much money. Yeah, but it'd be so fun, a good investment. And Schwartz is like, no. Well, I can't do that. And, you know, Tom tries to make little jokes about, you know, if I can live with my ex-girlfriend, I can live with anybody. I'm so funny. And then he falls off his chair, which perfect. They talk about the San Francisco trip. So the finale is so close. You guys, if you haven't smashed the like already, over 500 in the live chat, smash that like and thank you for joining. So it's upon us. They are going to San Francisco. That'll be the last trip of the season, and the finale will happen during this. So maybe we have a couple episodes left. So like getting there, once they're there, and then the finale, which is Kyle Chan's party, launching his whiskey or something, gold whiskey. Sheena's going to perform good as gold. And, you know, Tom makes another joke about, oh, yeah, me and Ariana are going to sit next to each other on the trip. And then he falls off the chair. So, yeah. Evelyn, yes, we'll get to that. Evelyn, thank you for being a member for 34 months. Evelyn says, I forgot we saw Craig. We saw him speak this episode. We did. Yes, Stephen, San Francisco is allegedly the finale. So they'll be there. They'll be traveling there. They'll have like that first night, and then I'm sure they'll have another episode being on the boat. They're going to be on a boat on the ocean underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, and then they have another event, I think, and then they'll have Kyle. So I imagine it's going to be like 3 more episodes. That's what I'm assuming until the finale. If next episode we are headed right to 4 max. So yes, Stephen, yes. So he makes that joke, falls off the chair. Allie and James are doing face workouts, which at first I was like, what the fridge? And then I'm like, I want to do this because it's basically a facial, but they do those things kind of like how they give you those ab workouts where they put that thing that stimulates your abs. Hi, producer Tilly, on you. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I thought it was going to be one of those like you can see online where people literally have to do things and exercise their face. And I thought, oh, that doesn't sound fun. But this one seemed fun because you don't have to do anything. And I think it's cute that little Allie is doing this. I guess that would be preventative because she's just so young and doesn't obviously need that. They talk about hippie because Allie's friend, her best friend, has her wedding coming up. Allie's in the wedding and she wants to travel there, maybe back to Ohio or something, for this. It's going to be 4 days, but James is like, I do not want to leave Hippie because his brother Harry, either Harry Styles or Prince Harry, hi producer Tilly, was supposed to watch Hippie, formerly known as Graham, the dog formerly known as Graham, but he can't. So James is like, and Allie's like, okay, we need to figure something out because, I am finding it hard to sleep because now since they got Hippie, the cats can't sleep in the bed because Hippie has this aggressive label that's following him. Again, I would say maybe he's not aggressive. Maybe Rachel's mom pissed him off. You know what I mean? And I think before, he didn't have proper training. I mean, Raquel, it doesn't seem like Rachel or James when they first had him, even though it was Rachel's dog technically that she got, it didn't seem like they put a lot of work into like training and making sure that he was okay. Because I think, you are in charge of that fur baby and you have to make sure they're okay. And James was right in this episode saying, that is your fur baby. That is your family. You don't give up on your family. Like, well, sometimes you do. I mean, I'd give up on a human before I'd give up on my animals, but that's just me. I know not everyone feels that way. I wish they would. But so Allie is just kind of like, we need to figure, maybe we should give Hippie a chance, maybe. And I see both of their sides. When I first watched this episode, and the scene we'll talk about shortly where James is very emotional about this, I'm like, oh my God. Because sometimes I feel like these men on this show, they get so emotional and they get so mad at the women. And I'm like, ugh. But then I watched it again and I thought, I get how James is feeling with this dog, because this dog was ripped away from him and then was abandoned. And he felt a very strong connection to this dog since the dog was a puppy. And he really seems to love this dog. And he is afraid that, because I'm thinking, why, worst case scenario, something does happen and he is aggressive and then he has to put him down. Let's say he attacks someone else and then he like has to put him down. Or something, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's a definite possibility that would be like a nightmare. For me as a dog mom and a cat mom, like, I don't know. I just can't even, it's horrible. So I understand that James is very emotional about this, but I also understand Allie's having to sleep in the guest bedroom with the cats because those are her babies. So somehow we all need to come together. And I get that, because being a dog mom, having rescued 2 dogs last summer, and my cat Tilly had never been really exposed to a bunch of dogs. So it's been a transition. It's been a slow transition, but there are certain things we did in training to make sure that Tilly has her safe spaces and safe places. But there's also, we also got very lucky with our Teddy, Teddy's like, oh, she's talking about me, I'm living. With Teddy, our larger dog, because Teddy, I mean, we got him in, we always say, and we tear up every time we say it, Teddy, our lab terrier, I think he's got a little pit bull mix. He could easily be a mean dog because people failed him through the first couple of years of his life. He was treated horribly. And so when we rescued him and found out his story and then found him to be so loving, we're always just like, he could choose to be an asshole because the humans deserve that for how they treated him, but he chooses to be sweet and just wants to be loved. And so I think there's a possibility there is that possibility that the cats and Hippie can all coexist with training and care. But I think what James is saying is it's too soon. It's too soon. And I do get that. So I would say send the cats to have someone else take care of the cats. And specifically Hippie needs to be taken care of maybe by himself, maybe within the home. But I understand that James is very much afraid that he won't be there too. Because I think James is like, I need to control this situation right now. And if I'm there, then Hippie can't, hurt anyone, or no one can hurt Hippie. Because I think he's just terrified that, yes, give him time. I mean, so it is, I think it's asking a lot on both sides. It's asking a lot. James is asking Allie for a lot, and Allie's asking James for a lot in this situation. But they're going to have to find, okay, I'm just going to be honest. I'll just be honest. I'm not going to bullshit you. Skip your friend's wedding. I'm sorry. You're in your 20s. They'll get divorced and they'll get remarried. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm sorry. I'm 44 now. Most of my friends who got married in their 20s, no offense, all offense, are on a second marriage or nearing divorce. No offense. Some of them are thriving and striving. I hope the best for them. But a lot of the weddings I went to in my 20s, I wasted my money because it didn't work out. So the dog is family. Stay with the damn dog. Elliot will be fine. Go to your wedding. I'm trying to like understand both sides. I don't go. I don't care. I don't care if it go. It's your best friend. You go. James, stay home. James, you don't need him there, and he can take care of Hippie. All right. Save it for the second marriage. That I'm just gonna say it how it is. I'm too old now to be holding this shit in. It don't matter. It doesn't matter, and you guys will figure it all out. Okay, but who cares? Even if you're in the wedding, you don't have a date. I wish I didn't have a date to half the weddings I was in because I brought, someone I'm not even currently with, and he ruined my time. Go by yourself, girl. Have some fun. You're right. He could stay home. He doesn't have to be there. It's just a wedding. I know everyone is like, oh, it's the marriage that matters, not the wedding. That's just a day. Have James write him a really big check. James has got it like that, allegedly. So do that. They don't care if he comes. And you can hang out with your friends. Bring Zachary Reality, our friend Zachary Reality, who's like one of Allie's best friends in real life. He would be so fun at a wedding. Bring him as your date. You guys, you're young. Okay. It's just, yeah. As a dog, it's like, who cares? Just stay home with the dog. It's just a lot right now. It's too much. Tell him to do it on Zoom. Zoom the wedding. That's a good point too, but maybe traveling, maybe that would be too much stress for Hippie right now. I said, just stay home with Hippie. This is going to take a while. Give him time. And like I said, you just say, girl, I'll catch you on the second marriage. No offense, all offense. All right. Okay. Oh, Lala and Sheena discover gray hairs. It was a quick little thing. And I was like, that's what you get for talking shit about Ariana. The gray-haired fairy came and sprinkled you. They sprinkled you. Layla, exactly. Allie should go to the wedding. James, stay with the dog. My fiance hasn't come with me to every wedding, vice versa. We have lives outside. Exactly. You don't need to have him there. You don't. It's okay. It's okay. Right? I can't, Nia. I want to be like, oh, think how I thought when I was 28. But now I'm like, no, girl, I'm going to tell you what I know now as an older lady. It is just a wedding. And it's not that big of a deal. The dog and the cats are much more important. Much more important. RPN photo. Thank you for the super chat. RPN says, send money. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. Okay. Ariana talks to Daniel while she's working out on the on her treadmill. And it's super cute because you could tell she feels like some love. I hate that I've had Sandoval on the screen this whole time, but I didn't have an Allie and Jax picture, or I keep saying James. Hopefully that's not a Freudian slip. James picture. And they're talking about upcoming trip to San Francisco. Daniel's going to come because Ariana wants him to. She's like, I want to have someone to cuddle with. It'd be nice to have you. And Daniel's like, okay, I'll be there. And then he asks her if there has been any, she's heard back since her lawyer sent the counter offer to Tom. And she's like, no. But his assistant did say that they were going to be downstairs talking to his realtors. And then they cut to Tom and his assistant Craig talking to some realtors about property allegedly Tom Sandoval can't afford, because now it's been out there that news is out there that Sandoval's having financial issues. Well, duh, he is literally bankrolling a band that doesn't make any money. Like his karaoke singing isn't making, I guarantee you, as a touring performer, there is no way this man is losing money on this. With what he has going on and singing karaoke, he is, and paying all these people on top of it, his production cost is too high. There's no way he's making a profit off this shit. And we know he's giving a lot of free tickets away. I mean, maybe you could make up for some on merch, but he'd have to sell a lot of merch. And I just don't think there's that many bad karaoke singing fans out there. I really don't. And you're not likable on the show right now. So it's a struggle, sir. All these investments, the bars, the owing your mom money. Of course you're struggling financially. We knew that. So assistant Craig comes in and like Evelyn said, we hear him speak and he's like, hi, I have a mustache. I'm quirky. Anywho, can I come in? I got to just grab something for Tom, because Tom, of course, How often do you think Ariana's in there? Not often, but she's filming a scene. She's talking to Daniel. Isn't that very coincidental that that's the time that he has to come in and Tom needs something when Ariana is very seldom in there? Like we see him in there, like he owns the place, but he thinks he wants control over that room because remember, he's like, I put the gym in. I want to stay in this house. I put a lot of work into it. And then asks her how much longer because he wants to be able to work out today. Well, last I checked, Tom Sandoval and Craig with the mustache assistant, there were 24 hours in the day, and Ariana isn't going to be in there very long. So you could just wait your turn. But what a control freak that was totally how I felt watching him have Craig, his new assistant, go in there and ask her when she's going to be gone. He always has to get one in. He always has to like be that asshole and try to control things with Ariana. She's just in the gym talking to her boyfriend, enjoying it. He's probably peanut butter and jelly downstairs having financial issues. And he's like, hey, Craig, assistant guy that I might have stole my style from. Go check upstairs. I need something in the closet. It's like I think one of my hairs fell out. Can you go see if it's up there? I'm gonna tape it back onto my scalp. And he's like, okay, do. Heads up there and see when she's gonna be done. I need to work out. It's the only thing keeping me from, my Scott. I don't even want to say. I was gonna say this Scott Peterson because the way he talks about it, but no, we're not gonna go there, Jolene. Not today. Ugh, but I was so annoyed. I'm like, let her work out. Let her work out. You don't need to be in there, you asshole. All right, good. Amy, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that because I was like, ugh. Thank you, Cammie, for the super chat. Cammie says, let's fix Craig and Joe. Oh my gosh. I don't think Joe is Craig's type. No, I don't. I can't see them together, but that would be funny. That would be funny. Is he a fan of the most? No way. I heard this guy can actually sing. That's what, I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. That he can actually sing. So big Hannah said, because that's what narcissists do. Layla says, I think Sandoval's digging his heels on the house he ultimately won't get to keep for both ego and because it's the last thing he has left to torment Ariana with. Layla, see, I couldn't agree with you more. That is exactly what he's doing. And then he can say, it's not that I couldn't afford it. Oh, that's what he was hoping for. It's that Ariana was being unreasonable and made her look like a bitch. But it's all his ego. It's all the tormenting. It's all his narcissistic behaviors, 100%. So, don't like it, sir. All right. So then Daniel and Ariana have their cute little conversation, and Ariana looks very happy. And I'm like, good girl. And I just want Daniel to get to San Francisco and beat him up. No, Jolene, no violence, except for violence. But he's going to try to shake Daniel's hand. And Daniel is going to be like, And I'm thinking, what do you do in that situation? Like as an adult, I just wouldn't extend my hand. I think I'd be like, okay, I'm good. I would Katie Maloney and go, no, thank you. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you, sir. Little slappy slap, So, So she hasn't heard back from the counter offer. Tom's pretending he can order stuff he can't. We finally get to the brunch with James, Jax. Lisa is like, oh, darling. She's talking to Guillermo and she's like, oh, darling, why is Jax Taylor coming here to do the brunch? What? And Guillermo's like, oh, he's been asking me. And then James Kennedy comes over and she's like, oh, darling, hello. Why is Jax Taylor? He's been talking so much shit about me. Why is he coming here? And James is like, well, he's been bugging me for a while about it. I don't know. It's, and Lisa's like, he's talked so much shit. And he has, Lisa and Jax have not, didn't leave on good terms when he was calling it his show. And much like the Toms, he likes to yell at Lisa. And so, yeah, Lisa's like, ugh, what is he doing here? And then she's like, oh, Guillermo, he asked you too? Guillermo's like, yeah, me too. Hashtag me too. But James is like, do you think we could just like make it work? Because he asked me and I got to go do my sets. And it's really hot out here. And she's like, oh, you mean Jax Taylor? Oh, darling. Okay. And then Jax comes over like a dickwad. No offense, all offense. And he's like, hey, what's up? What's up, Lisa? Thank you, Mtronics, for the super chat. What Layla said, plus just saying thank you so much for these fun recaps. You're so welcome. Thank you, Mtronics, for the kind words and the super chat. And he's like, oh, what's going on? Just like he has erratic energy. It's just, he's got Adderall energy. It's like Adderall abuse energy, allegedly, obviously, for entertainment purposes only. We don't know anything for facts, but it's like, just very, he's so aggressive. Jax is so aggressive. And Lisa's like, oh, what? Oh, okay. What are you doing here? He's like, I'm gonna sit down. She's like, well, I don't really want to. He's like, you don't want me to sit? Should I stand? And she's like, no, darling, I don't want you here at all. He's like, what? I mean, I don't know. That's Jax. He's just like, and he's, like, well, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna pull a Tom because that's how I am, just like the Toms. I'm gonna say something you did. So, you haven't checked on me and my wife. Okay, her name is Britney. She knows her name. A little weird with the wife stuff happening, especially since your relationship wasn't good and you weren't a good husband, allegedly. And so he's like, okay, oh, you didn't check on us in 3 years. What does she got to check on you for? Huh? Why would she check on you? Why don't you check on her? She's older. Why would she check on you? Oh my God. Like, right? She's too busy. She owns a restaurant. And even earlier in the episode, he's like, I'm not going to kiss Lisa's ass because she owns some LA restaurants. Girl, bitch, you wish. You wish, sir. You wish you owned restaurants like Lisa Vanderpump does with your back alley Jax's Saloon. Okay? You wish in your tent bar that you owned it like Lisa owned it. Whether you like Lisa or don't, like her stance on minimum wage or don't, you wish you businessed it like Lisa Vanderpump. And you don't. And I don't think you ever will. Because you want to use it like a party and a place to hit on ladies with their nipples out. Okay? You wish. You wish. Oh my gosh. Yes, Linda. She doesn't care to check on you. You weirdo. Yes, he's like, he's just, And then Lisa's like, but Jax, I mean, what, what are you doing here? And, why would I check on you? And all the shit you've talked about me on the podcast saying that I was superfluous. And he's like, oh, I don't even know what is that word? And she's like, Jax, I heard you say it. And then James is like, let me look it up. Superfluous means, basically you're kind of not necessary. You're like just here. You don't need to be. You're just like a thing, not necessary. And she's like, he's like, Jax, super fullest. Okay, yeah, super full, super califragilistic. Got it. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, yeah, it's okay. Well, maybe I don't know if I don't want to use big words like that. I just cheated on my wife allegedly. Okay, well, here's Jax's apology. If I said something wrong in the heat of the moment, I apologize. If I said something wrong in the heat of the moment, I apologize. That is not an apology. You are older than the Toms, okay? You are part of the greatest generation, born in 1919, sir. You know better that is not an apology. And yet here you are passing that off as if I did something wrong. If I said something wrong in the heat of the moment, I apologize. No, that's not an apology. Thank you, Pamela B says maybe he has roid rage. The juice is loose. Possibly. We don't know. And Lisa's like, he's like, is that fine? I'm going to hug you. And then he pushes a hug on her and she's like, I love you. I don't care if you don't love me. If you don't love me, that's fine. But I love you. And then we love it. And I love you. You love me. We are a happy family with a great big hug and kiss from you. Don't you think I'll cheat on Britain too? Okay, gotta go. And Lisa's like, I just, because these men never wait for the women to consent to anything. So there's Jax, just hugging her. And she's like, well, I don't really love you. Oh my God. Okay. Just get off of me, Michigan. Okay. Allegedly. And then he leaves. And I'm just like, we were hit with Tornado Jax. And it was just too much. Yes, Rachel, 1919. Great year and a great root beer. Mm-hmm. Then Jax joins the ladies' table because he's not done yet wreaking havoc because that's what he's here for. He's like, I understand the assignment, but the assignment was to go after Tom Sandoval. But here he is, and he's like, hey, what's up? Anyways, I'm not one to gossip. And they're all like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Ariana's like, you're the biggest gossip I know. But Ariana, I got to tell you something. I was just talking to Schwartz outside in the back in the Sir Alley parking lot. And he told me not to say anything, but I'm going to say something. Did you know that he's going to move into your house? Would you be okay if he moved into your house? He's going to be a roommate to Tom Sandoval. And then they cut to Tom Schwartz telling Jax, saying, don't say anything. I won't. I'm such a good friend. That Sandoval was propositioning Schwartz to move in. And Jack's like, oh, would you get married next? Jax is so jealous. He gets so jealous of the Tom and Tom relationship. Always has, always will. Always have, always will. He's like Braveheart in that situation. Always have, always will. He gets so peanut butter and jelly. And Ariana goes, oh, well, I'm not really worried about that. I'm just worried about getting my money. because she's not being a petty at all. She just wants her money. After that, whoever has to pay the mortgage has to pay the mortgage. Whoever has to live in the house has to live in the house. Okay? She's like, I'm over that. Whatever. If those idiots want to live together, fine. And Jack's like, okay. And then Lala does an impression of Sandoval. She's like, oh, I could see Sandoval doing that and being like, well, that's a good idea. And she does her little impression, and it just proves to me again what a waste of a season this is for Lala. Whatever she's doing, whatever production pet plan she's on, whatever hate jealousy path she's taking is such a waste of our time, because we could have this Lala who does funny impressions, fingers in my mouth, nervous, fingers in my mouth. We could have that. But no, we're having cries on Amazon Live and pretends to be the tough girl while hating on the women. Yay. Yay. So Katie's like, ugh, Jax, gross. Ew, yuck. And then James is like, okay, guys, I DJ'd. I played a couple songs. Him and Jax want to come to the house after party, pool party. And Mr. Budgie Smuggler, okay, take your birth control, Steven. Mr. Budgie Smuggler is like, I got my Budgie Smuggler under my clothes. I'm ready. Yes, let's party. We gonna party. It's okay. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break because I'm going to move producer Tilly to her office station because the dogs they're playing with each other. They're so cute. They look like they were kissing, but they were playing. So we'll be right back. We'll play the Katie scene that's coming up.
Jax cheating on Britney.
Because that man, I don't like. Okay, producer Tilly's in her office. She's got some catnip on her little bed. So she is doing well, and the doggos are on the rug, and we're all good again. Okay. So James has a conversation with Tom Sandoval, and he's like, hey man, just maybe you want to just kind of chill. I'm going to have you to the party. I don't wake up every morning and think that I hate you. And Sandoval's like, oh, it's really big of you, dude. Shut up. It's really big of you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And James is like, well, I mean, maybe you want to, maybe you need to pay attention to how you are, how you sound, because I'd hate for you to find out later that, you sound like a fool. So maybe you want to pay better attention to that. If I'm kind of trying to regulate myself and have you around, maybe you want to take some accountability, not try to sound like such a fool. And he's like, oh, what the? Oh. So they get to the pool party, and right away we have a discussion about the Spice Girls. Lala enters, and I think Sheena or Allie or somebody says, oh, Sporty Spice. And then Katie's like, bitch, please. Well, Lala first says, oh, I'm not sporty. I thought, or something. They're talking about which Spice Girl, but then Lala says, oh, I'm definitely posh. And Katie goes, bitch, I'm posh. And that is 100% true. There's no other posh in the group. Katie would be the posh. Okay. I feel like would Ariana be Jerry? She might be Jerry. She doesn't really get baby energy. Scary. Lala might be sporty at this point. Yeah, Lala's Sour Spice. Panna, yes. Lala Sour Spice. But Sheena's Baby Spice. Maybe Ariana's Jerry. Scary, I feel like, is just Lala because she's kind of scary, but not scary, but wants to be scary. I don't know. Yes, the Broadway girl. So yeah, it was funny though, because Lala's like, oh, I'm posh. And Katie's like, bitch, I'm posh. And it's like, yes, hello, Victoria Beckham called. And that is what's happening over here. She co-signed it. Sheena is scary. I mean, she could be scary. Lala is lemon zest spice. Ginger, not Jerry. I don't know. I just call her Jerry. But ginger spice. Allie could be scary. The quiet ones. Ooh, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. So then Katie's like, oh, hi, guys. I had lunch with Allie. She's talking to the girls, and she's like, Allie's having the issue with the, dog and the cats and going to her friend's wedding. And then that's when James enters. And James, we've already talked about this, but he gets very emotional. And I told you where I'm at right now. I am team stay home with Hippie, and your friend will have another wedding, or just send her a big gift and she'll be married forever. So, but it's not that big of a deal, even though I know it seems like such a big deal when you're in your 20s, but it really isn't. Weddings are beautiful and wonderful, but they'll understand. Dogs are family and forever, and it's just too soon. So stay home with Hippie. So James really emotional. And then Lala, of course, would be like, don't compare your dog to oh, like, I don't know what it's like to drop my kid off with another bitch. It's like, girl, oh my God. No wonder you and Tom are getting along. Again, you are wanting pity and sympathy for a situation you created. No offense, all offense in a lot of ways. I mean, yes, obviously we understand that children are different than pets. Yes, than our fur babies. Okay, humans, right. But I mean, I hold my fur babies in high regard as well, so I don't think we have to downplay one to recognize the importance of another. But of course, Lala is like, just like, and then James is like, I mean, how many nannies you guys won't give you to nannies? Why would I give my dog? That's all. The only point he was trying to make is that you're not just going to hand your babies over to any nanny. I don't want to hand my baby over to anybody. That's the point he was making. And Lala's like, and I'm like, oh, Lala, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Okay. Jax arrives and he's ready to potty. Oh, Jax is ready to potty. Jax is like, I'm so excited. I'm a dad. And they're like, drink every time Jax says he's a dad. I'm a dad. We're going to drink. My wife's at home. And then I'm not cheating on her with Lori K Publications allegedly right now. So I'm like totally good. And oh, you guys are partying. And he just looks like the grandpa at the party. And you're like, go home, sir. But he's like, I'm going to party. I'm going to party. I'm going to rage. I got a rager in the cager. I got my tight white pants on. It looks like he's just wearing a pump uniform. So I don't know if he didn't get the memo that that's no longer around and that they're not hiring and that Lisa doesn't want to hire him. But I love how they were calling him ex-sir employee. That was pretty hilarious every time he shows up. Sheena's wearing jeans where there is breathing room for the top of the butt crack, which, okay, this is a new thing. I think we saw Rachel Raquel in kind of pants, like thong pants like this last year. But I don't know why we gotta make room for the top of the crack. New fashions, I guess. New fashions. Yeah, so gross at his age. Jax is like, and they're all like, oh, Jax. James is like, Schwartz, did you talk to Jax? Because he's talking shit about Katie. And Katie's like, what, bitch? Did he really talk shit about me? What? Huh? Like, I don't even like him. He's stupid. And then Schwartz is like, fingers in my mouth, nervous, fingers in my mouth, I guess. And so finally, Katie's just like, what does she say to him? Like, what's your deal? What's your thing? Is it in that clip that I put? Let's watch the beginning one more time.
Jax cheating on Britney online that thousands of people saw.
Look at Jax, man. After he's complaining to everybody how it's Katie's fault that he has a history and a pattern of being unfaithful. So those rumors are going to be out there. And look at how you're acting if you're watching The Valley. And just when he was like interviewing the ladies that came in, I mean, come on. What are you on about, man? And he's like, what are you on about? And then, of course, he bucks up to Katie. And Katie's like, bitch, I don't like you. And he's like, you should have brought that to Britney. No. I don't have to bring anything to Britney because let's be honest here. Katie can say she feels bad for Britney all she wants, but I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I'd be a liar to say I didn't a little bit, even though I feel like Britney knew what she was getting into. But Britney, I mean, she's been with him a long time and she has seen him say and do disgusting things. And she's not really great at stepping forward. I mean, we've seen her a few to be like, Jax, knock it off. But I think there is part of Britney that is like Jax. So she doesn't have to reach out to Britney. Britney was more than fine, more than ready to marry someone like Jax after he showed all of his true colors. It wasn't like he was hiding this. It wasn't like these were secret affairs. They all came out. His words were out there, his behavior, stealing sunglasses in Hawaii, lying, talking shit about her on they had it recorded, cheating on her with multiple people, having sex with Faith. Like, come on. And then Jax is just he's just weaponizing his wife. Like, you should look, because that's what Jax does. So Jax collects, like his wife, like a Britney, where everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. She wouldn't harm a fly. Yes, she would. She's shady boots. If you watch these after shows, Britney is shady. She's just nice, nasty. And so Jax is like, see, a nice girl like Britney wouldn't be with me if I was a horrible person. I'm a good person. You're like Britney. It's almost like he weaponizes that, and he uses this alleged niceness that Britney has to kind of warm people up to him and his bad behavior, and use it as like a marketing tool. Unfortunately, I think a large part of the fan base saw through Britney's kind of BS, and I was one of those people. And wasn't really interested. When she first came on, I'm like, oh, okay, that's sweet. Like, I could like her. Yeah, I totally gave her a chance. I was like, okay, yeah, Britney, come on in. Yeah, oh, okay. And then quickly I was like, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. And I just think Britney's a fake. That's just my take on it. I don't enjoy either her or Jax. I don't watch The Valley for her or Jax. So, but I'm sure there's some people that enjoy her, but I don't enjoy her at all. And I think she's nice nasty behind the scenes. So, and he doesn't respect her one bit. No, Linda, he doesn't. He just pushes her forward like, look at Britney. And Katie's like, first of all, I wasn't even that good of friends with Britney. First of all, what do Katie and Britney have in common? Britney's like, well, maybe because the mans are just the manly men, so they didn't. Katie doesn't think like that. Like Britney has these very antiquated thoughts on, like gender roles and things that Katie'd be like, I'm sorry, what? And she's like, beer cheese. I mean, how much can you talk about beer cheese? It's not, It always says her constant frown is so annoying. Cool. Britney? Dub says 100% Jolene. Britney has always nice, nasty. She's nice, nasty. Samantha Stevens says, I feel like Jax says what Britney wants to say. I think you're onto something, but can't. She needs to appear. Yes, it was a very usury relationship, if that is a word. I can't get past it, just Kelly. Okay, Britney. I was like, who? Naomi, who? Well, now I don't know poor Britney, what her little mouth, but it's just like this. I think it was the chin, but did she get the chin thing before? I don't know what's going on with the T. I have no idea what's happening, but Britney, you're beautiful. Please stop. Please don't let Jax or whoever or LA talk you into any more procedures, Jax, rotten hell. So Jax and Katie are kind of going at it, and he's like, you talk to Britney. No, dude, no, because Britney, when you're married to someone like Jax, it would be impossible for me to be friends with Britney. Well, for many reasons, but especially even if she wasn't nice, nasty, and she was actually like this like nice person, which is also, I don't know. I feel like I would rather someone who just admits, I'd rather be friends with someone like Katie, who just admits that like she is like all of us, a flawed human and has lots of different emotion, isn't just like, I'm just so sweet, I don't care. People who say that, I don't trust you. No. So less fake people. So I wouldn't be friends with her for that reason. Not that you have to know all of that, but that would put a wedge between someone trying to be friends with Britney if the husband's such an a-hole. 100%. And Katie's known Jax a long time, longer than Britney. So she knows everything he's capable of and everything he's done. It's not even what he's capable of. It's what he's done. All right. Mystery Singer says, I feel bad for Britney for what Jax did by cheating. I mean, yeah, it's the first time he cheated before they were married. I was like, girl, run. And then when she stayed, I was like, oh God, this is going to be horrible. Hello, Nicole. Yes, we are live. Welcome. It is a little too one-dimensional, and that's why it's not believable. So they have this moment. He's like, whatever, bitch, go away. And I love it. Jax gets so upset. Katie's mere existence, her just calling out the truth, things that are out there, is him just getting so bothered. And I love every second of it. And then here comes Schwartz. Ariana, can I talk to you for a second? Ariana's like, sure. So he goes and he talks to Ariana, and Schwartz is like, so, did you hear and about the news? And Ariana says, yeah, Jax told me. And he's like, oh, Jax told you? Well, the roommate situation, he's like, would you possibly be mad? I know we kind of made up, and I don't remember Ariana and Schwartz having some kind of moment where But again, it's just showing how much more mature and emotionally aware Ariana is, and emotionally intelligent, that she's like, okay, yeah, you're shitty and stuff, but sure, we can coexist. Yep, all right, yeah. So he's like, would you hate me if I moved in? Oh, bro, you are 60. Would you stop? Would you stop? First of all, you're not going to move in and be his roommate because neither of you can afford it. Second of all, just even asking this stupid question. She's like, no, I don't care. Once I'm out of that house and I get my money, I'm out. Bro, I'm not going to see you unless I film this little show. I'm not going to deal with him. Like, I'm done. I have a good dick guy now. I am killing it. Okay, I'm going to go braid my boyfriend's hair. I don't have time for this and you and your little baby fingers in the mouth stuff. So no, go try to convince the 23-year-olds, but you're not going to convince the late 30s-year-olds. So they're having a nice conversation. And then Ariana says, oh, I'm going to go check on Sheena because Brock, oh, the budgie smugglers are too tight. And he's getting in his feelings because Sheena's like, let's go, Brock. We got to go. I want to put the baby to bed. I love the baby. I want to put the baby to bed, which I think is sweet. And she's very little. And yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Go home. And he's like, hey, I didn't want to go home. And he's very mad. His budgie smugglers are mad. And he starts yelling. And she's like, Brock, I just want to read the Halloween story to the baby. These are precious moments in time. You know, she's like Melissa to Joan Hart from Can't Hardly Wait. These are memories frozen in time, people. It's like the yearbook. She's like, I want to go home. And I think that's totally normal that a mom wants to go home to her baby. And he's like, I'm in the pool. You're the only one in the pool in your underwear. Go home. Go home to your baby. Listen to your wife. Go home. It's time to go home. You have to go home. And Brock's like, and Ariana, caring about her friend, who sometimes seemingly doesn't care about her and is just jealous, is like, I better go check on Sheena. I better go talk over there to them. And then see Sandoval over there, so she doesn't end up, she kind of stays in the peripheral, like, because here comes Sandoval, like, looking like a 70s failed porn star. The guy looking like a 70s fluffer. Just the guy on the side that's like, I'm going to get on. They're like, no, you can blow on it. That's it. You got to stay behind the camera. Get behind the camera. No. So they have their little moment. And then once Sandoval gets there, oh God, this is when I was like, oh, Brock, get out of the pool and punch him. Get out of the pool, allegedly. Okay. Violence is bad. Allegedly. And she's talking, I think, about her song, if I remember correctly. And he's like, yeah, I heard of it. And they get in a fight. Because again, Sandoval's the victim. Yeah, Sheena, you're acting like you're the biggest victim in this. Okay. Well, you're not a victim of your own behavior. You're not a victim of your own consequences. You're trying to be the victim? So him and Sheena are having a victim off. And it was just this man. It was so ridiculous. And she's like, I have bad thoughts in my head now. Now I think that like Lala and Brock are together. And she does. We did hear once this whole affair scandal broke. People were questioning the Lala and Brock and Sheena. There were some rumors because Brock has, according to Lala, stepped up in like a fatherly role or something. I don't think, maybe she didn't say it like that, but there were neighbors and she's always been very close to them. And so people were like, ah. And Lala's like, and I think I know the exact moment when Sheena decided that for sure she was going to worry about this and bring this up. And it was when they were still at SUR. And Lala made the joke. She made like a silly little joke about like, oh, I better call my husband, see if I go to the party. And then she picks up a phone like, hi. And then Brock answers, hi, like she's her husband. And then Sheena was like, I'm sorry, what? And you see, I think I have a screenshot of Sheena's face. We saw it earlier. Maybe I don't have it here. But Sheena was like, that joke. So again, Sheena's like, she's got all this anxiety. She's struggling and she's jealous of Lala. And Lala's like, bitch, I can take your man. I can, I will, and I have. No, she didn't say that. But I mean, there's a history. There's a pattern, allegedly. Okay, so whatever. So that's when Sandoval's like, God, you're more of a victim than me, and I want to be the victim. She's like, I'm the victim. He's like, you're the victim. And then he's like, you're acting crazier than Ariana. He always got to find a way. And then he has Sheena's like, we're leaving. Let's go, Brock. We're going. Get out of the pool. Get your budgies out of the pool. Dry your ass off. We're going frickin' home. And that's when Sandoval says to her, well, I mean, you've had God, dude, you've been the other fucking woman in the relationship. And I was like, here we go. Kyle Chan is there. It's first time at, James's house. And Kyle Chan's like, oh, okay. I'm like, Kyle, that's your friend. That's your friend, Kyle. I hope you like looking like an asshole with him for the rest of your life. That's your friend. And Sheena's like, what did you say, bitch? And all of a sudden, Sheena comes right back. She's like, fuck are you, Sandoval? And he's like, you have the law. And then I'm like, Brock, get him, Brock. Get him, Brock. Tackle him. Put him in a sleeper hold. Brock, come on. Don't let him talk to your wife like that. And Sheena is veins out. She's like, I was 21 years old. Eddie Cibrian, I just knew he had dimples. It was an actor. I didn't know he was married. I was 21. Sandoval's like, whoa. Because this guy, again, this is what happens when, you allow this stupid plot to thicken. You allow the producers and Sandoval to just go, we're not going to make him have accountability. Then he's just going to pass it off on everybody else forever and ever. Amen. And you're pushing to be friends with him. Sheena, this is who you allegedly now want to be friends with. This is the friendship you're worried about losing? This guy? Would Ariana ever say this to you? No. This guy who will throw this out so quickly. I mean, that's gross. Yes, Sinister Girls, he loves to take those jabs and toss them around when people are walking away like a coward. He did it to James. He does it to Ariana. He did it to Sheena. He did it to Lala. He's done it to everybody. If you've noticed, he has brought every woman this season to the point of this, pointing in his face. You have Sheena. You have Lauren from Utah, who's clearly in her soft era. Very soft. She's so soft. It's the softest piece of soft. It's so funny that Sheena and Lala are in their soft eras when it's happening to Ariana. But when Tom turns what he does to women on them, they're not expected to be soft. But Ariana can't be upset. And she can't fight for her home. But it's interesting. But they can fight for their reputations and all those things. So Sheena's like, fuck you. And he is doubling down. And then here comes Brock. And I'm like, yeah, get him. And then, Brock did stick up for her, but I could have used a little more aggression. A little more, Brock. Brock was like, mate, she was, he's got his hand on him. I'm like, yeah, squeeze it. Put him in the sleeper. That's not illegal. I don't think. I don't know. And he might like it, a little stranger. And he's like, she was in her 20s, mate, she was in her 20s, nee. And I'm just thinking, Sheena, this is who you want to be friends with. This is the guy. Really? What we're going to do? And Ariana immediately is like, I need to go. Sheena walks away. She's like, I'm sorry, Allie, for yelling in your house. I'm sorry, which I thought was very kind of Sheena to apologize to the hostess for yelling in her house. And Allie's like, no biggie. And then who goes and comforts Sheena after he slut shames her and tries to put her in the same category as him, even though that was like forever ago? It's Ariana. And Allie's like, I'm just here to collect all these bones. Thank you. Hi. Oh, yeah. Say something. I'll bring it up next time. And she hugs her and she goes, he's effing trash, honey. I love you so much. And I'm thinking, Ariana, after all the shit we've seen Sheena talk this season and postseason, it just breaks my heart that, this was all done in the name of a man who would that quickly bring back something in your past from your 21 just so he's not held accountable for his actions. Yuck. And that is why this season, thank you, Linda D, should be about taking this asshole down. That's all this season should be about. This man continues to just be a horrific person. His attitude, his spirit, his soul, it's gross. He always will blame a woman for his actions. And he's just quick to just jump at them and be aggressive. And it's not fun to watch. then when all the ladies aren't coming together and the other guys to kind of shut this shit down. So poor Ariana. He is nothing but trash. She's 100% right. Yep, none of them are being held accountable. And they're all just, running. With Sheena. And then Lala's over on the side as like Sheena's are Lala's always saying, I'm everyone's attack dog. I'm sick of being everyone's attack dog. She says now. Well, I didn't see her get up. I didn't see her attack. She's like, here's him yelling at Sheena, and Sheena is supposed to be like her person. It's weird how she is the attack dog against Ariana for Sheena for dumb reasons, like fans coming at Sheena for taking a picture, putting her arm around Sandoval, and acting like Ariana has any control over that. Maybe Sheena should have moved to a different location within the photo so soon after Scandival, and getting upset with Ariana for that. But yet there's Tom Sandoval literally yelling at your little friend who you love so much and who you want to protect. Someone's at my door. Who is at my door? Who is at my door? I don't even know. Oh, maybe it was just a delivery. Apologies, guys. And he's literally yelling at her and saying horrible things. And she's just like, oh, this is going to drive me insane. She doesn't even get up. So again, she's got all the smoke for another woman, but none of the smoke for this guy anymore. Okay. Well, that's very disappointing, Lala. Very disappointing, Lauren from Utah. We need some finger guns. I think it's just a delivery. You know how sometimes they just ring the bell. Producer Tilly's here. Yes. Right. Rachel Peck perfectly said, Tom does anything to avoid the issue at hand. Tom is scum. HC says, Lala just took advantage of anything to attack Ariana because she's jealous and bitter. I mean, yeah. NYC Girl Forever says, I love hearing ratings have taken a hit. I don't see a path for this show to move forward with Sandoval. We don't need him. He's so problematic. This needs to be his swan song. Goodbye. See you later. Oh my goodness. Yeah, ladies, it's your fault. He's still on the show. I also fast forward through both Toms this season, unless they're in a big group scene. I skipped you didn't miss anything. Blue Bevy, you didn't miss anything. We don't need him. We really don't need him at all. And they just dropped the ball every episode. I'm just like, they dropped the ball so much this season and so hard that we could have had a season of holding Tom accountable. But instead, this is what happens when you protect a monster like him. He's going to keep monstering. So I don't know how the producers, how they can sit there. I mean, and maybe they never had any intention of thinking that he is redeemable. They thought this would be entertaining. Just letting him get away with it and letting him continue to abuse their other cast members. I mean, if I was part of the cast, I'd be pissed that they allowed that. And they can't even have their own opinions on it and choose to treat him how they want to treat him. They have to be heavily influenced by production and sat down by Lisa Vanderpump and told, oh, Tom will hurt himself. Oh. Let's see what you guys are saying. Dreadful Ruby says Sheena should consider that next season when Ariana has left, Lala is going to need a new storyline. I guess she's having a baby, but she'll bring the drama. Anyone can be a casualty. You think she can't turn on Sheena? She will in a second. Layla says they really goofed insisting on a redemption, of Tom and making the Toms the stars. The women had enough drama between them to carry the show without the Toms. That's the thing. They wanted to make the men the stars, but they're not the stars of the show. So, Steven says, can we talk about the next time on? And Schwartz says, Katie, yeah. So then we get previews for the next episode. And Tom Schwartz is going to be like, Katie, I don't know, maybe fingers in my mouth, nervous. Maybe we could have sex. And she's like, oh my God, what? He wants a one-night stand. This dude is, ugh. The Captain Lee fan and Batman says LVP needs to stop pushing them to forgive Tom. Thank you. If it happened to Pandora, LVP would never let it go. Never. Oh, goodness. HC says this is why the women should have banded together against the villains, but no, we can't have anything nice. We really can't. We really can't. People like Tom Sandoval would never hurt precious me, RPN photo says. And Dub says, anyone can get popped Lauren from Utah style. Flaggirl says, Jolene, do you think LVP should have another season or everyone should move over to the Valley? I think I can't think of ending Vanderpump like this. Do I think it needs to be put to bed now? Yeah, if this is how they're going to continue. But the fool in me, the hopeful idiot in me, wants them to see the error of their ways in next season, fix it, pivot, you know, but I'm not sure that that'll happen. It would be nice if they were like, all right, we tried this Tom thing. It didn't work. Let's have them all back and let's let them just tell them, encourage them to eviscerate the Toms. I mean, that ideally would be my favorite last season. But I think a lot of them are moving to the Valley. And I think they're trying to, like I said in the beginning, I think that they are trying to do this new generation of VPR, which would include, obviously, Allie and James kind of leading it. So new dudes would be nice. Or just no dudes for a little bit, maybe. Maybe I need a dude break. Steven says VPR won't go away, but they're going to have to reach for new storylines. No, I don't think that's... I think there's going to be at least... There's going to be another season, I think. Yeah. I just have this feeling that this won't be the end. It's not over. Layla says they can't move Sheena and Lala to the Valley. Katie, Ariana, and I think even James are over it, and the Toms can carry a show. Can't carry a show with them. Yeah. Well, I think with Katie, though, and James, I think they'll stay. I really do. I think Ariana now with this new hosting thing for Love Island, I think that she could be done. But I think there's a big possibility that Katie and James would return. And I could see Katie like being like, these bitches ain't gonna freaking, get me off the show. Especially it depends on their financial situations, I would say. So Katie Kirshner, thank you for the super chat, says, thank you, Jolene, for making the show watchable. Oh, you're so welcome. And thank you for saying that I make it watchable. I hope something is coming out of us still watching and roasting and recapping this. It is really our weekly therapy. Dreadful Ruby says, I hope Ariana stays a friend and films with Katie occasionally, but gets paid more than everyone else. That would be ideal. Yes. Nicole says, they are all flawed. Agreed. The hypocrisy, don't believe your lying eyes, is honestly the hardest to overcome. Are you talking about hypocrisy within who? I'm not sure. I mean, I know a lot of them are hypocrites, but I don't know exactly which hypocrisy. Linda D says, I could totally see the producers giving the Toms their own show. Oh, God. And then no one watch it. Oh, that'd be so amazing. I don't think anyone would watch it. Joy, my husband's not from Minnesota. He was born in California. And he grew up a little bit in Cali, a little bit in Arizona, a little bit in Indiana. So kind of from all over. But he has lived there before with me for a year before we went to LA. And he loved it. He would move back there tomorrow, I think. If I was on board. So it would be great if it revolved around something about her. I think there was an update about something about her. I don't know. But I know there's a little possible drama surrounding something about her and the lady, whatever her name is, who kind of owns, I think, the trademark on it or copyright. I don't know. And not being involved. So we'll see. But I would be interested in something about her. A little spin-off or just making VPR, revolve more around that and who they bring in. Oh, terrible ratings would gut Tom. Yes, HC says, I'm sick of Lala, to be honest. Nothing worse than a girl siding with the D-bags at a woman's expense. Nothing worse. Nothing worse. And for no good reason. And when I hear Lala say these very like pro-woman kind of like feminist things, like she was on her I screen grabbed this because I thought, oh, so interesting. She's talking about people judging her what she's wearing when she's pregnant, which I 100% agree with her. She should be able to wear whatever she wants, but listen to what she says.
Women, stop policing what people are wearing. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not.
Okay, so let's listen one more time.
Policing pregnant. policing pregnant women. Stop policing what people are wearing. It's not that big of a
Excuse
deal.
me.
I'm not telling you that you need to bring your ass out.
No, I think Harley has a jacket. That's where I saw it. This is triple.
So stop policing what women are wearing. Well, stop policing Ariana's feelings and stop policing your friends and their breakups and how they're living their lives and whether they're moving out of their house. Stop policing women who are fighting for what's rightfully theirs and their home and their investment. All right. Stop policing that, Lala, and then saying, I don't feel bad for her. It's like she deserved it. It's so hard to get over and get past that. The fact that she was like, I don't feel bad for her if she's going to stay in that house. That is so shitty. That is a really shitty thing to say, considering what women have to continue to put up with when they are married to or in a relationship or living with narcissistic douchebags like Tom Sandoval and can't get out or aren't able to. It's just like, girl, yuck. And I don't think you really believe that. Oh, maybe you do, unless it's for you. Rules for thee. Rules for me, not for thee. Rules for thee, not for me. Goodness. So yeah, notice Lala never pushes Tom to move out. Isn't that interesting? Angela Clark Little, that is just the best point. Yeah, right, producer Tilly? Yes. Girls rule, Tom's drool. That's what Tilly says. Yes. She's like, Mom, pet me the right way. So there you go. So it's opening in May. Yay, something about her. Go give it all the love and all the business. I'm going to go in there. When that place finally opens, I will pay it a visit next time I am in that beautiful little West Hollywood area. And Lala stands swear that she's not jealous. She just doesn't like Ariana. Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, sure. Whatever gets you through the day. We all got to be a little delulu. A little delulu. Nicole says hypocrisy with Lala the most, plus constantly changing moral high ground. Tom has always been this way, but been, edited better, I think you said. Yeah, he got a good edit for a long time. A long time, Nicole. And then we're seeing his true colors shining through. All right, you guys. Oh, thank you, Pamela. Pamela just gave you a super chat, Tilly, for kitty treats. Oh, not the kitty treats. She loves treats. She's got some new ones. She does a salmon flavor, chicken flavor. And then she got these like calming ones I was trying. And they have like chamomile, not melatonin, just like a chamomile. And she loves them. I did not think she would like them. But I thought, well, who doesn't want to be a little calm? And they were like, it has chamomile and something else. But I didn't want it to be like sleepy. And she freaking loves it. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that like on your way out. Shout out to everyone in the live chat and all of your wonderful comments and participating. I love to hear from you. Shout out to those who just sit back and enjoy the show. I appreciate you. Tammy, welcome to the YouTube Besties membership. Thank you so much. Shout out to my super chatters, Christina, Jill, Busy Blue, Evelyn, Chickenhead PK Neely, Jamie B, Alex, Pamela, Steven, Evelyn, RPN Photo, Cami, Mtronics, Katie Kirschner, and Samantha Stevens. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'll be back very soon with another video. I got to do the Valley recap. We'll probably do that tomorrow. And yeah, hit that like, subscribe. If you haven't already, follow me on the social media at Joleen Lunzer everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, and also at No Offense, All Offense on Instagram as well. If you haven't already, get your tickets for my comedy show in Arizona, August 8th. The link for that is in the description of this video and also pinned as the top comment in the live chat. And leave a comment after the video posts because I know I don't get to all of your comments. And some of you are on the replay crew. Please let me know. And then I get to hear what you guys are saying. So it's awesome. All right. Me and the fur babies got to go get a snack. But like I always say, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Thank you guys. Bye.